You know, I'd like to echo what Fred, the celebrant or celebrator of this today's event. It was during on his birthday. It was 2015. Ganito yung nangyari. But first, I will address myself to Grace Po. You know, she's my friend. I love her because she's very good-natured, a gentle lady, and a true public servant. Wala akong problema dyan kay Grace. Pero yung aking that would affect her also was the decision dito. Suddenly, I just said, kung ganon pa lang, di tatakbo na lang rin ako. Ganito yan Ang konstitusyon natin nagsabi na the Constitution of the Philippines requires that you be a citizen and a natural born dito sa ating requirement sa konstitusyon. Ang natural born, sabi ng mga professors namin, ilang semester yan, that the only way to be a natural born is really to go out of your mother's womb. You are already a Filipino. But there's a treaty somewhere na kawawa naman, and I agree with the treaty, that a person cannot be stateless. It would really be a pity to know of a human being na wala siyang citizenship. And that's why the treaty mandates every member of the United Nations, recognizing the treaty kung signatory ka doon, that foundlings o yung walang alam na nanay o tatay are considered citizens of the country where they are found. Tama yan. I agree with it on all fours. The problem is yung interpretation of how your citizenship was acquired. A treaty overruling a very poignant and strict requirement that you must be a citizen paglabas mo sa mundong ito. Kasi kung wala kang known father or mother, you are a foundling, and then you cannot really say with certainty now that you are a natural-born citizen. Yun lang po, I disagreed with the Supreme Court. But I like Grace po to be president someday if the requirement remains to be the same. But I think we will amend the Constitution and make that exception. Na yung foundling are already qualified. Kasi ang pinaulit-ulit yan sa amin, kailangan lumabas ka ng katawan ng nanay mo, siya Pilipino, ikaw Pilipino. Pabalik-balik yan sa law school, kami, only to be interpreted of incorporating a treaty and overruling a strict, I said, a poignant one, because you must be a citizen inside and out of your mother's womb. I was so disappointed with our Supreme Court that suddenly it struck to me na bakit ganito. So kung ganon, it was during, we were discussing the case, kakabalabas lang ng decision. And yun, lawyers tend to argue if there's no need for it. Sabi ko, kung ganito itong style ng... I really disagreed with the ruling. And I still disagree with it now. Then and now, mahirap na kami, mga abogado, basta tanongin ninyo lahat, ngayon ang dinidikdik sa amin are, you must be a citizen of a mother who is a citizen of this republic. Yun lang. So I decided, well, I was called to talk. By the way, thank you for that event of your birthday. I found out now that I was lucky I made that decision here. Birthday. And so I am now the president. And also I am having so many problems. Sabi ko nga, with all the opposition left, wag na natin ano yan kasi part of the territory yan sila eh. We have a problem with the communists for the last 50 years. So I said that, do you want to fight another 50 years? Wala man akong problema. Nang hinayang ako sa buhay ng Pilipino. But I have discontinued the peace talks. Ayaw ko na. And if we have to go to war, we go to war. It's a matter of really asking for something which I cannot give. Because pinag-aralan ko yung mga workshop papers and the official proceedings doon sa Netherlands nila ng panel natin, Secretary Doresa, Secretary Bello, and the rest. It would sum up something like a coalition government. Sabi ko, pag ganito, I cannot give what I do not own. Because that is sovereignty. And the law requires a constitution that if you want to hold the sovereignty of a nation, you must be elected by the people. You take care of the sovereignty, independence, the integrity of this republic, fine. And then added to that, you're a sovereign and you can face anybody, anywhere in the international arena, and you are recognized to be holding the sovereignty of this republic. Hindi akin dyan eh. That's not mine to give. Even baski sa kaliit na sinabi mo, you want a part of that, and yet you have been fighting with government or against government for the last so many years, 50 years. It is simply not acceptable to all. And dinagdagan ko pa kanina that if you are using me to get what you have, papatayin ako ng military pati police. If there is something which they cannot accept, maybe that is one issue. Corruption, pati you tinker with the integrity of this republic. Sabi ko talaga sa TV kanina, papatayin ako. Sigurado yan. No popularity here. No. The forces of government would not like it. And the people would not like it. So wala akong magawa. Sabi ko, let us go separate ways. Na itong corruption, people are afraid about me being a dictator, extending my term beyond the normal route. Alam mo, sabi ko kanina, I am addressing myself to Congress. Let us amend the Constitution, shorten or restrict the powers of everybody, including the presidency, but make a Constitution that would mandate more accountability and responsibility of officials. If you can craft a law wherein I would also put my own inputs there, and it would guarantee everybody or stop corruption, do not be afraid to amend the law. Either you can do away with my presidency, but if you succeed, I said, in crafting a law which would ensure stopping corruption in this country, I will be willing. Do not be afraid of dictatorship. I am not aiming for it. I do not ask it and I do not like it. Pagka binigay ninyo sa Pilipino, I will step down at the end of the year. Sabi ko, that is a commitment, a guarantee. Make me a constitution that would do away with a long-suffering corruption-ridden country, and I would be willing to just step out. para hindi kayo matakot na si Duterte gusto diktador lang yan. You know, I'm old. I've been in politics for almost 40 years now. I never lost an election. God gave everything to me. I will not spoil it. Binigay na sa akin ng Panginoong Diyos. Lahat na. Honor. Well, all the perks of the presidency, maglanding ka dyan with 3 helicopters escorting you, 4 kayo. So it's a waste of, but you know, I do not like it, but I cannot impose on the security guys. Hindi mo rin sila papayag, so wala ka rin magawa. If you say them stop, they will not stop. They will not listen to you. And they will just say, sir, trabaho mo namin yan, pasensya ka na. But I live a very simple life. Kayong mga taga Davao, the speaker here is my good friend. We know each other, yung si ES. Wala akong ambisyon na magdiktador. Sus Mario, sir. That's the last thing that it's just like making a hole in the head. So yan ang guarantee ko sa ano. And I will make it dramatic because birthday mo, Fred. Pag magbago ang Constitution, they should not be afraid to do it. Just do it. And do not be afraid. Do away with the presidency. Or give me a limitation that by the end of this year, you are considered out. Basta ibigay lang yung Constitution na para makapaligaya sa atin. You know, I've been living with corruption all the time. Not even during any particular administration na pasali na ako. I've been trying to, you know, yung mga dala-dala ko noong 1988 dito, yun ang karamihan na sinipa ko. And I said, alam mo, basta korupsyon na, wala talaga ako dyan. Hindi ko kailangan ngayon ng I cannot, 72. Few more years, I'm out. Money. So, until 5 years and a half, something like that, presidente ako. With all the perks and comfort, what do I need at the end of my earthly being? Cannot bring the money. You're talking of corruption. Kaya nga itong mga komunista, excuse me, sabi na, di Duterte, diktador, tapos number 1, Berdugo, corruption and all. So if I am a fascist that you say I am, why talk to me? Find somebody else, or it is somebody else's turf, not mine. Wala ako dito pag, ayan ang tingin ninyo sa akin. If that is the way how you view me, then do not talk to me. Wait for a leader that would be to your liking and your predilections. Hindi ako ganun. So that is one dramatic. Magkatotoo yan kasi birthday ni. When I ran for the presidency, it was during Fred's birthday. Ako, ayan ang guarantee ko sa gobyerno. Ayaw ko talaga ng corruption. Not because naggusto ko magpahirma. I just don't like it. I've been mayor for congressman, vice mayor, altogether the presidency. And if in the fullness of God's time I will complete, then magpo-40 years ako. Pag hindi, then I'd be happy to go out of office. Yan ang answer. Basta hindi ko talaga matanggap yung corruption. I cannot also share the powers of this country and go into a coalition. Hindi katanggap-tanggap yan ng mga military pati police and the rest of the Filipino nation. So yan ang message ko sa mga komunista. Itong sa Mindanao, ganito yan eh. Let me shorten it. Marami kami taga Mindanao eh. Alam ni Speaker yan. If you do not give to the Mindanaoans, I'm referring to the original, who are already there since Adam and Eve, there will be a fissure and maybe a breakage sa ating society. I do not want it to happen during my time. Alam mo, yan, wag na yung mga deal-deal, simple yan. You just give to the Muslims to correct the historical injustice. Then, the next requirement is the preservation of the Republic of the Philippines. Its integrity and territorial boundaries protected. And it will be the same country for our children and their children. Ngayon, kung hindi mo ibigay yan, ang mangyari, they will go on a warpath. Yung MN, pati MI, in the talking, they are, maybe there's something wrong with the relationship. Pero pag magka-putok ito, sasali na dito, if there is war, the players would increase. And it would include now terrorism of the ISIS. Sigurado yan. I'm from Mindanao. Makakita sila ng butas eh. And they know that they will thrive now because it is a popular notion of everybody that war would make you bend on your knees. Mahirap yan, kaya kailangan, yan lang, correct the social injustice or the social, the historical injustice. Kasi yan sila nauna. May mixed ako eh. Kaya hindi masyado ako tatamaan ng mga bigotry ng gano'n na, yan, mga moro yan, gano'n, ito. Because my lola, o si Maranao. So, half of my grandchildren, yung anak ko, si Pulong, married a lady who was a Maranao mother and a Tausug father. So, wala masyado kaming ano dyan. We can freely mix with them, and even sa Marawi, wala man sila makuha kung patayin nila ako. Anyway, they started to allow the kagong mga terorista. Wala masyado kami, naintindihan nila yan. So, yan lang ang problema natin. The biggest really problem is how to satisfy now without necessarily bargaining away yung ating the Republic intact, undivided of the Philippines. The Republic of the Philippines. Hindi ako pwede niyang coalition kasi ayaw ko rin. Because, you know, historically itong mga komunista, once they, pero hindi nila makuha eh. Even if they would think beyond its, dream beyond its normal proportions, hindi na makuha yan. Ang gobyerno, kasi nandyan ang military. You know what? Ang military natin, lahat yan halos yung mga opisyal. After graduation, pumupunta ng Amerika yan. It's not really something of a law. Pero, ano sila? Mas leaning sila sa West. So you have to make a straight deal with them that this is really for our country. Since Ambassador Xiao is here of the People's Republic of China, sir, I would like to thank you. There are a lot of military guys at the back. They should know that China is really truly a friend. You help us during in the time that we needed. And may I also, this is not flattery, but the rifle that killed Hapilon and the military guys will tell you. And Omar Khayyam Maute was the sniper rifle provided by China. Yun ang tumama mo. So I'd like to thank also the United States, Israel, for giving us the competence or ability to look when it is dark, to make it bright, parang ganon. And the Americans also provided the crucial assistance way up in the skies. It is a new war ngayon, so the military has to change or add the doctrines of how to fight in an urban war. You would notice that in the Middle East, even Raqqa, it took them about 4 years to retake it because of the natural environment of buildings. Ang cover mo is bakal pati semento. And mind you, we also lost a lot sa sniper. Mabutit na lang we were able to finish it in less than. So during the ASEAN summit, I was privileged to be congratulated by almost everybody about the success of putting an end to the war in Marawi. I said, maybe, but to me, nobody won there. We lost a lot of Filipinos, both Moro and Christians alike. What I would like to convey to the Moro people is that we are brothers and sisters, and kami I do not even know how to, in case of a conflict, a social interruption, saan ako pupunta? Do I go back to my ancestry or my Christian sons and daughters? Ako, wala. Ang akin is I just believe in God. Period. Wala na akong ibang kinakilala. Only one God. Wala na yung mga Santo Tomas, San Pedro, Santo Rodrigo, wala na yan. Santo Alfredo, no more of that. I just believe in one God. Di ka maniwala niyang San Pedro na yan, magdala ng manok sa langit. Tangin. Wala. No, there are things which my religion does not fit with my senses. Ng mga Adam and Eve. If you relate Adam and Eve, you look very stupid. Here is God creating Earth, planet Earth. And I said, it's beautiful. Since there was nobody there, He created the man. And sabi niya, well, a man should have a partner. Naturally, a woman. Ilagay niya dyan. Maganda na sana. Then God created the snake. Anak ka ng... Maganda na sana. Nag-import pa ng apple sa China. Nilagay sa bunganga ng ahas. Tapos ito namang si Satanas, itong putang inan to, inutusan yung ahas dalhin doon kay Eve. So kay Eve naman, kinain niya, pinakain niya si Adam. Then back to zero. So ano bang klase yan? You know, if you are God, you are perfect. Then there ought not to be imperfections. Your creation must be good. Bakit mo salihan ng ahas? Puti pa, bigay mo yan sa China. Lutuin yan bukas. Mahusay. Sa Hong Kong, marami yung ahas. Totoo. Mga restaurant sa Hong Kong, meron kang kilala kami dyan sa... We go there to eat snakes. Very good. Because you will look for an apple. So that is the story for Fred. So kang Fred naman, he's a good fraternity brother. He takes care of the problems of the brother. He keeps the brotherhood intact. Now, sometime, minsan, I appointed my fraternity brothers sa mga, sabi ko, if there is something which I cannot really compromise, not even with me. Kaya sabi ko sa mga negosyante, if my son or daughter or my mga siblings, my sisters and brothers, if they go to you or pretending to be relatives and they ask something, my suggestion is consider it a declined request. Kasi pag malaman ko, magsama pa ang loob ko, mag-away pa tayo, then I do not want to go into something like that. Sinabi ko na sa inyo, wag. Wag is wag. Bigay na nilang ninyo sa iba. Total, di ba, all these years, they have survived. So kung marami kasing magbulong, kapatid pala, tapos yan, magkiusap, gano'n. Pagdating sa akin dito, decline talaga. May magsabi na, ito legal to lahat. Does not really matter. It is not illegal or legal, does not matter. Do not enter into such kind of, accommodation because I do not like it. And for the life of me, until now, nandito man kayo lahat, I have yet to make a call to you. Sinabi ko sa public, never had any conversation hanggang ngayon because I do not know their numbers and I do not want to call them about the business transaction. I want them na respetuhin nila ang ko, na walang korupsyon. Pag walang korupsyon, okay tayong lahat. But yung mga kasama ko, taga Davao pa yung iba, yun yung masakit na road pumunta. Tumakbo ka na kasi ang ating bayan na ano ganyan yung lumos sa Tagalog? Yung Tagalog na ito. Yung nalulunod na. Sabi ko, ayaw ko. Sige na, ikaw lang ang makaano. So ngayon, ang corruption sa gobyerno matindi. And I cannot simply fire all the people that I suspect that who are into it. Due process, lahat na. And the hostile media. Wala yan sa akin. But to make it really something more to our satisfaction, I will ask Congress to craft a law, do away with my office, it's fine, patapos submit it to the people for a plebiscite. Once it is accepted by the people, at the end of the year, I will step down as president of this country. Para wala silang masabi, gusto mo lang para magdiktador ka. No such thing. I will be happy just traveling China because the food is great there. There is no trouble. You go to the Middle East, they will just mow you down with a truck. Parang mga, you do not do that. I am warning as almost everybody, do not do it because I will return the favor. Huwag nilang gawain yan dito. Babalatan talaga kita. Gaya ng Apache, yung ginagawa niya sa cowboy. Binabalatan talaga. I will. Tsaka kung gutumin na ako, wala ako. I'm not joking. Kunin ko yung bituka mo, kainin ka sa harap mo. Bigyan mo lang ako suka, pati asin. I will eat you alive. Really. Do not do it because, you just, alam mo, dito sa planet na ito, do not ever think that you can just, oppress the poor. Wag mong gawin yan because if you think that you monopolize evil in this world, you are terribly wrong. Maraming evil dito sa, and what you can do, it can do better 10 times worse. So yan lang ang bilin ko dyan, lalo na yung mga terorista. I just hope it will not happen again. You've done it in Davao several times, but there's always a time to be just passive and a time to. There is a time for war, there's a time for peace. Itong gobyerno natin ito, the graft and corruption is destroying our country. There is a time that you do it and a time to stop. My suggestion is we add more teeth to the law. Di madala ng hindi kaya eh. TRO. So I would just also like to comment on that. I am asking the Supreme Court publicly now to convince the lower courts not to be wasteful in their TROs because there is money in it. So if you judges think deeply, dark and deep, because deep is something like corruption, and I will maybe just pay you a visit in your, and ask you, because you delay the projects, and even the big ones, kaya yung bot, alisin niyo talaga yung yung lowest bid. Alam mo, I do not want to brag about it. Marcos was really bright. My father was a member of the cabinet of Mr. Marcos. He was Secretary of General Services. Closed the property of the government and Bureau of Supply. Wala masyadong bidding noon. Sabi lang ni Marcos, you know, there's an international pricing. What is the price here they accepted? Toyota tractor? Oh, ganito, made in, where? China. It's as good now. Ang metallurgy ng China has improved greatly. Ito yung baril nila. It has improved. International pricing lang. So if you are the project engineer, tawagan lang ng secretary. Which is the best tractor for this? Sir, mabato ito, sir, ganon. So it's not really, ito ito sa bato, rocky, you have to carve something out. O sige. So the secretary will decide. Total pricing international naman. If he gets a commission bigger than the other guy, ay, hayaan mo na yan. That's part. Or make it mandatory that he reports it na ito yung commission. And he gets a part of it actually, if we want. Kasi yung lowest bid, here comes a guy, okay, 100 million. So, nandyan mga Ayala, Consongi, lahat na, yung mga biggies. Dumating itong sindikato, nandito ito. Pag-golf lang yung mga yawa na yan. Ayan, swak-wak, lahat. I-dive nila yan. So, sindikato, pupunta sila, ang isa mag-bid ng 70, 60. And even, itong akin, I can build you that kind of thing, infrastructure. You just 50,000 ago. Yung sindikato na talagang binababa nila, pagka-award na, maghingi na ng porsyento. Yan ang trabaho niya, mga milyonaryo na yan. Hingi, sige. Yan, bigay. So, from 100 million, magbigay ka pa sa gobernador, mayor, presidente, senador, congressman. Ang project mong 100 million, putang ina, pati barangay captain, bigyan mo under the law, papirma pa. So you end up something like 40. Ay yung profit niya. So you have about 45 if he's frugal. So what happens? So after a year, you see cracks, you see the highways, gano'n. Butit na lang, nandyan actually Secretary Villar. A businessman and he knows his job. Pero ang proposal ko is Congress. Make a law. Do not expand the powers of the President and everybody else or somebody else's area. Constrict mo, then add more powers. Ganyan lang. The President has the power 1, 2, 3, 4, then none. Wala, ito, auditor. Power 1, 2, 3, 4. Ganun lang. Kaya, diba ako sa law natin, is the contention correct? No, because 1, 2, 3, ganun ako mag-answer. Lagyan ko 1, 2, 3 issues. So, 5 sentences lang. Ganun lang gawin ng ano. Add more teeth to, at kung takot yan sila, pati yung Bishops Conference, ayaw nila, ayaw nila ako, mas ayaw ko sa kanila. Pero kung gusto nila, that is my proposal. I am not asking for a blessing from you guys. Sabihin ko talaga sa kanila. I am proposing, and if you accept my proposal, I will place on the table my presidency. My suggestion, give me the law that would eliminate corruption and will be okay. And ang trade yan, para hindi sila magduda sa akin na I am out to amend the law to improve my lot in this government, they should stop pouring. I will step down. At the end of the year, give me the law, I will step down. Period. So ganoon ako. So that the next time I would not be very busy to attend more birthdays.